Hello, and my name is Kyle Power. This is a budget analysis for the City of Chico and the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report for the 2018 and 2019 fiscal year. This budget analysis presentation has been completed by graduate students of Cal Baptist University for the MPA course of Public Budgeting and Analysis. The review and presentation has been completed by Jeffrey Salberg, Jocelyn Hernandez, Edgar Ruano, and myself, Kyle Power. Located in Northern California, the city of Chico is the most populous city of Butte County, California. The city is primarily known for its agriculture, recreation, tourism, education, medical, and manufacturing industries. In June 2018, the city council and the city manager, Mark Orm, had concluded that they would adopt the fiscal year annual budget and the capital improvement plan. The fiscal year that was approved beginning in 2018 through 2019, and the capital improvement plan that would extend until 2027 through 2028. The comprehensive annual financial report was prepared in conformity with the generally accepted accounting principles in efforts to create a budget that becomes a mechanism for setting goals, measuring the progress, and methods of identifying any type of shortcomings or errors in the process. The expenditure highlights in the financial report highlight some of the priorities that the funding and expenditures are going towards. The expenditure for the operating expenditure for the 2018 and 19 fiscal year is $51.5 million. Primarily, the operating expenses are going towards three departments that are in high demand for their services. Primarily, that is for public works, for their sewer and storm drainage projects that are spelled out in the capital improvement project, and police, law enforcement, and fire safety services that round out some of the highest expenditures that the city is obligated to provide public service and also pay their employees their benefits, their salaries, and also their CalPERS employee retirement, which is a significant liability and is only projected over the next 5 years to increase to $14 million by the year 2022-2023. The capital improvement plan highlights some of the priorities that are set forth by the City of Chico and where the expenditures are and where the money is gonna go. Basically, the capital improvement expenditures for the 2018-2019 fiscal year is approximately $39 million. The priorities are established in the capital improvement plan, and they highlight a significant portion to the funding towards infrastructure upgrades and maintenance. This is common with municipalities as over time infrastructure becomes old, needs repairs, or the growing population of the city demands more water, more drainage, more sewage, more streets, and more upgrades to that type of infrastructure. Specifically, the public sewer and septic system for the city of Chico, and of the other prioritized projects within the year include street facility improvements and taxiways to keep up with the increasing growth of in the city of Chico. The comprehensive annual financial report and the performance and accountability report are reports that we reviewed and are parts of the process in spelling out what is where the money is going, where the money is coming from, and how it's being allocated, and also how it's being measured over time, and making sure that the expenditures are going to the right place and the money is being utilized effectively, and the whole thing is as cost effective as possible. The comprehensive annual financial report purpose is to provide accurate and meaningful information concerning the city's financial condition and performance, and the performance and accountability report is the process of compiling and documenting factors that quantify an institution's profitability, efficiency, and adherence to budget, comparing to actual results against original targets. So basically having checks and balances, and making sure that intended money is going to where it was intended to go. By reviewing the economic statistics for the city of Chico over the last 10 years, you can see a steady growth in population over the last 9 years, and then and a decreasing unemployment rate, which is encouraging for job opportunities and employment due to the positive job growth in the community. If you look at the graph, you can easily see the amount of unemployment that rose during the Great Recession beginning in 2008, and it's steadily grew till about 2011, and then unemployment started to go down, and we're in a good place right now with the unemployment levels in the city of Chico. However, I think there is still, with most municipalities and cities and organizations, a very close memory to the period of time following the Great Recession, with uncertainties of limited resources for the cities, limited resources for employment and employing public servants and public safety officials, and getting needed infrastructure done during those times. So as we move forward, and even revealed in the financial documents, that there is an expected some type of decline in the economics, specifically for the city of Chico in the next several years. The operating expenditures for the city of Chico, I did speak briefly about the amount that is going primarily to public safety, with law enforcement and fire protected services, and then also public works are the greatest expenditures. Specifically, law enforcement is 28%, public works is 26%, and fire is 14%. For the total amount of operating expenditures for the 2018-19 year. This is due to the fact that salaries of public safety servants and public servants are determined and guaranteed through their MOU contracts. Unionized employees have a guaranteed salary and agreed upon fringe benefits, and combined is a significant portion of the expenditures that the city faces. And with the previous slide, with growing population, would only determine that it is possible that the city would need to hire in the future possibly more law enforcement, fire service employees, and then public work employees to keep up with the demand moving forward, not only with the public's demand for public safety, but also the expenditures that are going to have to increase for that, and also the CalPERS system. The audit report for the previous fiscal year that was available online through the financial statements revealed a unmodified rating, which although does not match the specified unqualified, qualified disclaimer or adverse or negative outcome, the unmodified rating determined that the internal control over the money that was utilized in the previous budget was allocated appropriately, and there was no deficiencies or weaknesses identified in the financial statements from the 2000 and 2017 fiscal year, which is defined as a systematic collection of sufficient competent evidential matter needed to attest to the fairness of management's assertions in the financial statements, or to evaluate whether management has efficiently and effectively carried out its responsibilities. Whereby this audit report would reveal that management and the people in the city manager's office has efficiently and effectively carried out the responsibilities for the 2016 and 17 audit year. With the city's responsibility to the public to uphold integrity and honesty when handling money from the public and the taxpaying citizen, it is important that honesty and integrity are utilized on a daily basis. There's a lot of room and a lot of employees that could participate in fraudulent activities, and the Christian worldview that would be associated with honesty and integrity while utilizing the power to use the city and the public's money would mirror two verses that have kind of stood out to me. One of which is 2 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 21. For we are taking pains to do what is right, not only in the eyes of the Lord, but also in the eyes of man. And this would relate to the fact that as public servants and as public administrators, the citizens look to us to provide for public safety, the public works, and the public and the government responsibilities of working for the citizens of the community that we are working for and receiving generous salaries for. The other one is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 9. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. I believe this is more relevant than ever due to the technology that is available to us now, and and the community oversights that exist, where citizens can take part in actively basically providing checks and balances to their public officials and the people that are managing public interests in the community, and as well as the technology that can find out any type of fraudulent activity or red flag any type of electronic movement of money that may not be appropriate. In conclusion, over the of the budget analysis for the 2018 and 2019 financial documents for the fiscal year, the trend that is it seems to be positive for the city of Chico, with a little bit of uncertainty in the near future. So the importance moving forward is that the city of Chico manages and focuses on where that money is going and providing transparent outcomes to the public to show that the public's interests are being served. With that being said, that is the conclusion of the presentation on the city of Chico and the budget analysis. Although it is a tedious process and a very overwhelming document to review, by looking at some of the highlights, you can kind of understand the priorities of the city and the demands from the public. And it would be interesting in the future to review the progress of the city of Chico and where their priorities lie in the next couple years. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.